Okay, but as always, thank you very much for joining us here on St Mirren TV and radio. We do apologise if you're having some issues with the sound, but we hope you can keep up with the game as much as possible.
I noticed I was reading an interview with the New Saints captain this morning, the goalkeeper Paul Harrison, and he said, you know, they are the Celtic of Welsh football. Everybody wants to beat them, you know, they're seen as the club that are kind of dominating the league down there just now. So for St Mirren as well, you know, there's that to take on. It's a team that is riding high in terms of confidence, in terms of self-belief, and we know obviously St Mirren, we've had real issues with that this season as reflected by our league position, but you know, once again it's a chance for us just to kind of get away from that. You hear the fans getting into it, they're trying to support, you know, give the team support, the players are trying to G the fans up, and you know, possibly for, I don't want to sound like I'm talking down here, but possibly for the New Saints, this will be their biggest game of the season for them. You know, they're not used to probably crowds even this size, and with the chance to get into a kind of, would you call it a national kind of cup final in that sense?
Well, two of the starters this afternoon for the New Saints you may well be familiar with at home, in Steve Saunders, formerly of Motherwell, Ross County and Dumbarton, and Wes Fletcher, who spent a season with Motherwell. Didn't quite really make the grade at Motherwell, but I was mentioning on St Mirren Radio earlier on that there are players in this New Saints side that know Scottish football. They know what they're up against this afternoon, and that maybe gives them an edge that some other teams coming here may not have had. Say one of the other Welsh teams or Northern Irish teams have got through, so it certainly poses an interesting, or certainly gives an interesting angle for this game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing as well, you're right, I'm not sure what Welsh League football is like, but we often see that players that come up here from down south, they get caught by the pace of the game up here initially, because it can be really frantic, we know that, but as you say, they've got a couple of players who can make their own team wise to what maybe to expect in that sense.
So Stephen McGinn, St Mirren club captain, getting ready for kick-off. You saw there just a moment ago Craig Harrison and his assistant Scott Rusko of the New Saints. Craig Harrison has been manager of St Mirren since December 2011, and as you may expect has been incredibly successful in his time there. So Ryan Brobble of the New Saints is going to get us underway. I do apologise if you get mixed up when I say the Saints. If I'm saying the Saints, I'm definitely referring to St Mirren.
I just noticed as well, today's match ball sponsor is Alan's Barbers. Hoping it's not a close shave for us at the end of the day. Is that too common?
I can only apologise there for Chris Kilgallen's jokes, but I'm going to be honest, I would have made the same joke. So again, I do apologise if you've had any audio issues, but we are underway here at the Pace of 2021 Stadium for the IRN-BRU Cup semi-final. A tie against Dundee United on the weekend of the 25th or 26th of March for the winners here this afternoon. As always, it's great to have you with us on St Mirren TV, brought to you by the University of the West of Scotland. And the first touch there for New Saints captain Paul Harrison, who plays the ball out towards Simon Spender at right back, who just couldn't reach the ball, and St Mirren will have their first throw of the game and a chance for Adam Eckersley to get things going. And here's Malin, who lost it there for a second to Rollinson. And now it's hooked forward, and once again it's the New Saints on the ball. They're in their home strip today of green. Traditionally they would play in green and white hoops. And I did say before the game that I felt maybe the New Saints formation was slightly defensive, maybe not looking to be too attacking in their style today, but we'll see how things pan out as the game goes on.
You might expect that, you know, St Mirren have the advantage of the home tie, so you might expect the visitors to come and just kind of play a bit more cautiously at the start anyway.
We can have extra time and penalties if it is required here this afternoon. St Mirren looking to make progress going forward and get a throw in there with the ball coming off Chris Marriott.
Well, the fans are in good voice today anyway, that's good to hear.
Only the main stand and the west stand opened here this afternoon at the Pace of 2021.
I was saying the other, Daniel, that, you know, maybe it's a kind of a relief for the players. It's not a league games now. Possibly that's for the fans as well. You know, there's just that kind of sense of we've got something we can achieve here and we can get through to a final.
Well, it's always good to hear the Saints fans in voice. Mallon turns well there to try and get away from his man. Mallon looks towards John Sutton. Story moves it on out wide to Fiel, to Stelios.
I'm just wondering as well, you know, whether the players on loan have obviously have a bit more time to bed in and maybe get a sense of how the players around them will react and the sort of balls. Looking for a great ball to Mallon there.
Mallon goes for the shot, looks to try and test Harrison early on here, but it bounced straight into the keeper's hands.
Yeah, maybe at the end it was a bit tame, but you know, as you say, no harm in putting the keeper under a bit of pressure and just see how he reacts to it.
Bit of a mix up there between Jack Baird and Adam Eckersley. 2 changes for St Mirren this afternoon, with Cammy Smith cup-tied due to having played for Dundee United earlier on in the competition. Gary McKenzie suspended, which is why Jack Baird slots in today beside Harry Davis, the centre-back on loan from Crewe Alexandra. TNS making some ground here. That's Adrian Cieslewicz, the Polish midfielder, winger, who can certainly pose some problems for the Saints defence. Probel trying to shake off Story here. Sutton putting the pressure on, and it does come out to Story. Sutton is deep here, and now it's McGinn. Mallon trying to move it quickly, and it should be easy enough for Simon Spender to deal with there for TNS. And once again, Paul Harrison has the ball.
I know Harrison, the new Saints keeper, had been in Liverpool's books at one time.
Been the case for actually quite a few of the TNS players. Sutton picks it up again. Just evaded Stelios, and TNS can clear here. And the referee, Keith Kennedy, awards TNS a free kick just inside the St Mirren half here. Wes Fletcher causing some problems. Fletcher only scored 1 goal in 14 league appearances for Motherwell during his one season there, but he certainly poses a threat going forward, does Fletcher. Only 1 goal to his name this season, mind. So Phil Baker goes over to take the throw in here for TNS. It's not, game hasn't really gone either way just yet, but there will be a long throw attempt here, so Spurs defence just having to be on alert. Cleared by Stelios Demetriou, and now Spurs can get it cleared.
Yeah, as you said, nobody's really kind of taking control of the game yet. It's a bit kind of scrappy back and forwards.
Once again, it goes back to Paul Harrison, who's seen quite a lot of the ball so far, but yet to be tested by any of the St Mirren players. That's a decent ball forward, looking for Fletcher. Oh, and it almost went through Billy O'Brien there, who almost must have taken his eye off the ball there as it came towards him.
It seemed to bounce under his legs, didn't it? And he was lucky there wasn't more pace on it, and he managed to turn quick enough. He was almost outside his box and kind of backpedaled and just kind of panicked slightly there.
He's almost inviting Wes Fletcher to have a go at goal there, and Billy O'Brien gets away with one. It's not the first time we've seen O'Brien do that since he arrived here on loan from Manchester City, but
I know he had
gets away with it.
A stellar debut performance, but the games we've seen him here, you know, he does have a tendency at times just to kind of make the odd kind of mistake that thankfully wasn't punished there, but could have been.
Sutton battles and wins the ball back, and now it's Mallon trying to take it forward himself. It's a good challenge though by Steve Saunders, and now Story picks it up in midfield. Eckersley makes the run down the left. Mallon's touch was a little bit off, but he gets away with it, and Baird back to Story, who finds himself on the left hand side here. Boy comes deep to receive it. Eckersley saw the run of Story, and the clearance there from Steve Saunders finds its way onto the roof, and
Well, it's come back into the ground.
Just to our right here.
Yeah, that was just a route one away from Saunders here, wasn't it, taking no risks. But I've noticed, the New Saints, they're closing St Mirren down pretty quickly when they can, not giving much time in the ball.
And something St Mirren are used to is not getting a lot of time on the ball. When teams tend to come here, they put on pressure, and it seems to be something that's affected St Mirren throughout the season. When they get time to play the football, doesn't seem to be an issue, but not to be on the ball today, there's no doubt about that.
It's how they do it, as you say, because we know when they get time to play the ball, play it in the ground, it can be really effective. Obviously teams realise that, and that's why they try and close them down quickly.
Here's McGuinness. Loy's Sutton was out wide. Demetriou's done well, and then the challenge comes in from Chris Marriott. Stelios Demetriou sending on to the end of the season. Previously played in both Cyprus and Bulgaria, and it's been made a relatively solid start to his St Mirren career. Again, he's just trying to play it down the line for Demetriou, but it was too strong a pass and it goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, just a bit of slack play there, wasn't it? But there hasn't really. I mean, we've had that Stevie Mallon shot, which didn't have a lot of power in it, and we then had Billy O'Brien's kind of slip up in the goal that gave the New Saints a chance here. But really, it's been a bit kind of scrappy so far.
St Mirren just boxing Paul Harrison in here, and his clearance doesn't get too much distance. Fletcher chasing there, and the clearance coming from Harry Davis, who scored on his debut against Dumbarton a couple of weeks ago. Been very much seasoned for Crewe Alexandra, but just falling out of favour a little bit over the last year or so. But he comes with huge experience, had been at one point captain of Crewe, came through their system there, their famed youth system, which has produced some great players over the years.
Yeah, it has. It's one thing Crewe's noted for, and you say he brings experience with him, and as he said himself, he brings experience of fighting relegation, which is, a good thing. Hopefully it's a calm, measured head in that dressing room at a difficult time in the league for us.
It's Davis who takes the free kick, and now it's Demetriou sends the early ball in. Sutton will look to try and get his head onto it. It's cleared away initially, and then hooked away by Phil Baker, only as far as Demetriou, whose initial touch wasn't great, and it's given TNS the chance to get forward, but Demetriou's done well to win it back. Davis goes now to O'Brien, whose touch there was considerably better than one we saw a few minutes ago. Mullen couldn't get the ball under control for TNS, and Eckersley again back to Billy O'Brien, and gets better height and distance on that clearance. Headed forward by Baker. Stephen again trying to put the pressure there on Ryan Brobel, and it might fall here for Mullen, but the flag just on our side here goes up. It's offside.
Yeah, once again, a bit scrappy from someone at the back there. Brian put under pressure a couple of times, but he dealt with it well this time. We've got the free kick now to try and build from the back. It looks like he's going to hoof it downfield. Hopefully we get the break from it.
Sutton is always a target, but it might come through for Loy if he's able to keep it in. Decided to give up the chase in the end, though, as Chris Marriott was close by.
Yeah, I know we've had this discussion before. I just sometimes fail to see the sense in just rattling the ball downfield. It bounces out, we lose possession. I'd much rather just try and build from the back and hold possession. We're not at desperation stages yet. We're less than just over 10 minutes into the game, so there's time to play the ball, play it to feet, and try and build from the back.
Well, Saints did get to this stage of the competition last season, but fell 4-0 to the eventual winners Rangers in the semi-final at Ibrox. Obviously Rangers not participating in competition this season due to their promotion back to the top flight. Here's Stephen McGinn now. Baird. And Harry Davis under some pressure there. Once again, it's that long ball forward. Sutton wins his header, but Roy not really anticipating the run, neither was anyone else. And it's that long ball forward that just, you feel, just hands the ball back to TNS.
Yeah, I just, once again, okay, we've got the advantage of seeing it from a kind of elevated position, but I'm just surprised that, players and management don't say, look, ultimately, probably less than half the time does that do us any good.
Oh, here's this offside again there. Baird again having to go back to Billy O'Brien. We're talking about Billy O'Brien's speculative kicks forward, and that one there from Paul Harrison wasn't really any better.
No.
Neither side taking control just yet. Stelios loses out there, and TNS again can build from the back here. Certainly don't mind playing the ball along the ground, TNS. But you do wonder back home in the Welsh Premier League if they do receive a lot of time on the ball when they play, considering their quality goes above that of many of the teams in the same division.
Yeah, as you say, they're happy to play it about in the ground, and you just try and get it to foot and give and go, that sort of thing.
Here's Mullen, and now Chislovic. Marriott, and the ball coming forward almost towards Chislovic and Fletcher, but it's an easy catch for Billy O'Brien. Well, the St Mirren fans to our left certainly enjoying themselves. Not sure if they're watching the game that much, but either way, again, it's just trying to poke it through there to Demetriou, but it's bounced straight into Stevie Mallon's path. Loy brought down on the edge of the box, and the referee gives the free kick in a dangerous position here.
Yeah, I thought the ball was almost running away from Loy a wee bit there, but we got the break of him being brought down. This is perfectly Stevie Mallon names. His fans are singing his name already.
Steve Saunders just catching Loy there. It's not been Stevie Mallon's best goal scoring season by any stretch. Only 4 to his name, but 2 of them have come in this competition, and that was against both Albion Rovers and Hibs at Easter Road. It was his goal at Easter Road that equalised before David Clarkson won the game late a couple of rounds back. It's coming up to the quarter of an hour mark.
And you're assuming that Harrison, the New Saints goal's been warned about the threat of Mallon in these situations. Stephen
McGinn is there too. We know he can hit them from long range. So Stevie Mallon lines up. A chance here for St Mirren to go ahead. It was nowhere near the goal in the end. Just got the height on it, but no real power to bring it back down.
The curl, the height, but it just didn't drop back down. As you say, he's not really had the form that he had last year, and at the end of the day, there was no danger to the New Saints goal there. But it's an opportunity, and if you get enough of them, you'll get the goals.
Stevie Mallon scored 14 goals last season. Hasn't been his best, but he's kept himself in the side. Obviously, Jack Ross seeing the effort that Mallon does put in. He certainly tries to work hard.
Oh yeah, he always works a full shift for you, Mallon. You'll say that about him. He always gives you 100%. You say he's just not had that scoring touch that he had, this time last year. This time last year, that'd have been on target.
Demetriou's touch there just lacked, or let him down, I should say. And again, TNS have the ball. It seems as St Mirren are quite happy to let TNS play their football.
Yeah, it's almost like we just try and catch them in the break and take them in the break. That can be a dangerous thing to do, though.
Here's McGinn trying to find Mallon. It's a slack pass from Craig Story, who again loses it, and there will be space here for Mullen. Takes a shot, it's deflected there of Jack Baird, and it is a corner for TNS.
Yeah, that was a power interception by Baird there, but we gave the ball away twice here quite slackly and put ourselves under real pressure when we should be looking to break up the other side of the pitch. I think this is Did you see its first corner of the game, isn't it?
It is, and Ryan Brobble heads over to take it. Granted, they're not, and they have pushed a few just to the far post for this corner. TNS certainly know where the back of the net is. It's a low corner, not really troubling St Mirren initially. Brobble will get a second bite at the cherry here. Some good skill by Brobble, and it was Stephen McGinn there to ensure that it is another corner to the away side.
And we know ourselves, anyone who's watched, one of their main weakness this season has been defending, hasn't it? And the amount of times we've lost goals as well from set pieces like corners, etc. This is just a kind of small storm we have to weather just now.
Brobble again to swing it in here. This time he goes high to the back post. And now Storey can maybe try and take it away here for Saints, trying to turn away. Demetriou can send this up the far side. Just goes under Rory Loy, but St Mirren get the throw in.
There's a chance for Saints just to take the bit of pressure off, slow things down, start building again.
So Chairman Gordon Scott and Chief Executive Tony Fitzpatrick taking the game in today. They certainly made investment in the team in January. 10 players came in, 8 went out. Oh, Rory Loy going in there strong to try and win the ball back. Eventually comes out here to Paul Harrison. TNS can go forward again, this time with Aaron Edwards. Looking for Chiselich out wide. He nods it down to Marriott. Marriott, long ball forward. No issue for St Mirren there. Well, it was a 50-50 challenge, you can certainly say that about it.
Yeah, I mean there's no kind of real flow to the game, is there, for either team? They make a break and it gets broken up, and I'd say it's probably 50-50 so far in terms of who you think's kind of in control of the game. And
Adrian Chiselich with the challenge there. St Mirren still on the ball with Demetriou at the moment. Again, St Mirren just unable to hold on to it, and Billy O'Brien takes charge of the situation to clear.
Yeah, that was good, clean, decisive keeping there, straight out, no worries.
Here's Harrison. Wanted to find Simon Spender, but Adam Eckersley can take this down here. Storey has got McGuinness out wide. Not been in the game too much yet. McGuinness, he's got Demetriou to his right, but McGuinness continues his run. It might spin here for McGinn, and Malin, oh, he just got completely under that shot. It's heading towards the runway at Glasgow Airport because it was nowhere near the goal.
Well, that could have gone into orbit. That was a great build-up from McGuinness there. Nicely off as well. And Malin, as you say, once again, in comparison to last year, his scoring touch has just deserted him, and you see he put his head in his hands here because you're right, that was just straight over the stand.
Just saw that zoomed in image there of the pitch. If you're Stevie Malin, you remember looking at that and going, well, that wasn't completely my fault.
Did it cut up? Did the ball shift under his feet?
It may well, just a little bit. Steve Saunders was putting some pressure on, but I feel it maybe wasn't enough to force Stevie Malin to play that type of shot. Here's Wes Fletcher. Mullen just goes ahead of him, but in the end it's good play from Stephen McGinn. One of the things you were talking about sort of the end of last year into January was that St Mirren need leadership. Do you think Steve McGinn is the kind of man that can provide that leadership?
Well, hopefully, I remember his first spell here, and he was a great servant for the club, and he's gone down, he's played at championship level down south, so he's obviously got experience. He's come back with an older head as well, and he's kind of got a bit of St Mirren tradition behind him, so maybe I think that helps in that situation as well. And sometimes, I don't know, he's an outsider coming in, but he's not been here for a number of years. He's not been part of the kind of pressures have been under the past few years, so maybe he can take a cleaner look at things and try and impart a wee bit of confidence in the team through that.
Chris Marriott is going to send the ball into the box here for TNS. And it's cleared by Stephen McGinn and picked up by Simon Spender, who has no choice but to go back to the TNS goalkeeper Paul Harrison. Just over 20 minutes gone in this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final. St Mirren 0, the New Saints 0. So that came off the head there of Kyle McGuinness, so it will be throw in to TNS here. St Mirren just standing off a little bit. It's a good ball towards Spender on the right hand side. May have let that run out, which he did.
Yep.
Actually, the offside flag is going up, I think, as well. Keith Kennedy's brought the game to a halt here, not entirely sure why.
I don't know why that was. No, the linesman put his flag up again, but I thought, you know, it was just up to O'Brien to play the ball out from his goal, which he did, and then they whistled it back again. But like you, I didn't see any reason why they would do that.
Again, it's up towards Rory Loy. Wes Fletcher the target of the long ball, but again it spins out, and still 23 minutes gone, and neither side taking the game by the scruff of the neck and trying to make something happen.
No, there's a real lack of quality on both sides here, isn't there? There's been some kind of occasional nice ideas, but link-up plays been pretty poor at times. You know, chances kind of going a begging. As you say, no one's really just stamping their authority of the game and just taking control.
Davis sees a run of Sutton, and he's done well to find McGuinness. McGuinness decides to take it to the byline. Did he get the corner? No, he didn't.
No, goal kick.
Came off the number 42 last. And again, one of those nice ideas you're talking about, Chris, but not quite working out.
Yeah, it's that final execution, isn't it? And you know, to me that's maybe the disappointing thing just now. We know we've got players who can do much better than the performance they're giving just now.
Well, the SPFL, the Welsh and Northern Irish Association, is clearly happy with how this competition has went this season, so there will be two teams from the Republic of Ireland joining the competition next season. Sligo Rovers and Bray Wanderers, the highest placed teams in Ireland that won't be competing in Europe, will join the Cup next season, along with the Northern Irish and Welsh teams and the Scottish under-20 teams who took part this season.
I mean, for me, I was a bit sceptical of the format at the start of the season, but you know, this is quite interesting. It's just a bit different. It's a team we wouldn't normally see St Mirren play. So yeah, I'm all for opening it up to some more teams as well.
Some feel that maybe the SPFL looking into the future by integrating teams from different associations into the same competition. Well, I don't know quite what happened there.
I mean, all Billy O'Brien had to do is take another step back. He could have picked up the ball, you know, in his own box there. There was no need for that. It just seemed a bit panicky again. He just put the ball out, and he's put the defence under pressure again. I wonder if they'll go for the long throw here again, which they've done previously, not just a short throw in.
And Story who intercepts away there from Ryan Brobble. So Spender again will take the throw in. TNS, to be fair, haven't exactly been much of an attacking threat as of yet. Here's Conal Rawlinson.
I think, you know, TNS's biggest threats have come via St Mirren mistakes at the back.
Marriott is allowed to continue with the ball. Brobble looks to try and check onto his right foot. Back to Spender. Brobble continues on here and does get the ball in, but it was away from Wes Fletcher. And now Lloyd out to Demetriou. Should be an easy header for Phil Baker. And TNS have it back.
Yeah, once again, St Mirren just not being allowed any time in the ball.
Davis comes away with it. It's good control by Davis. Malin has Eckersley making the run down the left hand side with some space to run into, although to be fair, it was really good defending.
Eckersley went to ground. He was looking for the foul, but I think he's been outpaced already and he was almost in a stumble before he went down.
That's Jamie Mullen who tracked Eckersley's run really well there and ensures that Eckersley couldn't make any further progress.
Crowd's gone a bit quiet as well compared to how they were earlier. I say even the Welsh fans, they're not making much noise. No team's really giving their fans much to shout about.
Just need some energy injected into this game, it's fair to say. It's coming up to the half-hour mark here. Dundee United were 3-0 up by half-time yesterday. I don't think we're going to get to that stage at any point in the first half here. That was in the other semi-final.
Barring some sort of miracle. And the thing, we know Ray McKinnon's here watching the game and he won't have seen much that will have worried him. He'll know St Mirren's form already. Spenders continued. Fletcher might be able to turn. Still TNS with it. Malin not putting his foot through the ball there and draws the ire of some of the St Mirren fans. It's given away though to Stephen McGinn. Can only just keep the ball in. It's caught by Aaron Edwards and Stephen McGinn didn't take that very well. He should know better than that, McGinn. Yes, he was taken out, but to have your captain have that sort of response, he needs to keep a cool head. Naturally not happy with the challenge from the back. It was from Aaron Edwards and Keith Kennedy just having a quick word with the TNS 23. Yeah, there was a bit of afters from McGinn and then from Edwards again, there wasn't there? Well, despite the fact that both teams are referred to as the Saints, there is no rivalry between these two sides. Can't say there's no love lost. Here's McGuinness, and it is McGinn. McGinn goes for the shot, not too far away. Paul Harrison just allows it to fly over the bar, but a decent effort. Nice idea, man. McGinn just turns and takes it in his left foot, and it wasn't that far over. Well, there's a reason why they call him top bin around these parts, but that was sadly not heading for the top bin. Berntal got a touch to it initially, and it comes out now to Eckersley and McGinn. It's good play. Story looks to find McGuinness and does, but McGuinness's touch inadvertently finds Demetriou. Yeah, that was a bit of a lucky break there, but we'll take it. Demetriou does get it into the box, but only as far as a green shirt. Now maybe a chance for TNS to break. Eventually though it comes back to Baird. Story now looking for Rory Loy, but the ball goes out and Chris Marriott can get TNS moving again. Yeah, if we're honest, I know as commentators you're not meant to say it, but pretty poor fare so far, isn't it? Not been the best watch, but as the song goes, can only get better. Yeah, I'm looking at the St Mirren players and nobody just seems to be kind of looking for the ball or kind of looking at what other players are doing in terms of if I get the ball here, can I lay it off, etc. I don't know, there just seems to be kind of a bit of malaise about the team just now. Is it a case of TNS stifling what St Mirren are trying to do, or is it St Mirren not really making the effort yet? I don't think it's not we're making the effort, and I think as we said earlier, TNS are stifling us, and they're obviously closing things down quickly, but it's not unfamiliar territory for St Mirren, and they should be able to deal with it. Well, once again, Aaron Edwards in some trouble there, just bringing Craig Story down
just outside the D, and that may be Erin Edwards' last warning from the Northern Irish referee.
Yeah, you would think so, because that's a couple of times when he's gone in with tackles that are, not exactly dangerous as such, but certainly kind of breaching the laws of the game.
And it was late from Edwards. Baird thinks it forward. I don't think McGuinness is going to get there. Well, I did mention at the start of the game that we do have the option of extra time and penalties if we need it. At this moment, it certainly looks like it's going that way. Some inspiration needed from somewhere for St Mirren as we are just over the half-hour mark here at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. Lloyd trying to bring it down but couldn't get it under control. And you mentioned Ray McKinnon there, the Dundee United manager, who is here this afternoon. In the end, it was a close shave for Dundee United, despite being 3-0 up at half time. Queen of the South did try to mount a comeback. It wasn't to be for the Doonhamers in the end. Mallon was maybe a little bit late with his challenge there on Simon Spender, and the visitors do get the free kick.
Mallon also pleading innocence there, but yeah, I mean, it was a short past him in the first place, and he just he was kind of forced into that the foul there.
And the last time St Mirren played a competitive Battle of Britain, if you want to put it that way, was in 1980 when they beat Bristol City over 2 legs to win the Anglo-Scots Cup. I'm not old enough to remember that competition.
I remember that, and if I remember rightly, by that time Tony Fitzpatrick was Bristol City's captain.
Chislovich is in a dangerous position here for TNS, and he gets the ball into the box. It's cleared away by Harry Davis. Marriott under pressure there from John Sutton, captain of Bristol City.
I'm sure he was by that time. I mean, he went when they were in the old first division, and the team actually plummeted 4 divisions in 4 seasons, Bristol City at the time.
Good skill from Brobo, forces that decent save from Billy O'Brien, the first real chance of the game from either side.
Yeah, and it was kind of lucky O'Brien that Dimitri was there to clear it, because I suppose the keeper ideally looked to turn that around the post, but he kind of played it back out into a danger area.
Here's Edwards now for TNS, starting to really come into the game, the visitors here. They're not a team shy of confidence, that's for sure. Brobel again, he's been the threat so far. Mullins ball in, and it's Jack Baird with the important clearance, and another TNS corner is coming.
Yeah, as you say, they're not lacking confidence, and I think it's that thing they probably come thinking, we've nothing to lose, probably St Mirren are expected to be the favourites.
10 minutes remaining here of the first half. It's still goalless.
Look how crowded that goalmouth is.
Looks like this may be a tactic of Craig Hannison's to flood the 6-yard box and put as much pressure on the goalkeeper as possible, and it might pay off. The header at the back post there.
Yeah, that was a free header, wasn't it? No one really picked him up, but I mean, that, I say, just around that goalmouth, it just seemed to be packed with players. But as you say, yeah, for the keeper that's quite disconcerting, that, isn't it? Because a lot of things can block his movement, etc., even block his vision of the ball coming in.
And Wes Fletcher looking for his second goal of the season, but it was wide in the end. But it's an odd tactic. I don't think I've seen it quite done like that from a corner before, but football's always evolving, I suppose. Story chips it forward, but there aren't really any white shirts in the area. But to be fair, Stevie Malland does well to force the throw in.
Yeah, at least we've got the throw out of it there.
St Mirren just pushing some bodies forward here.
We've got just under 10 minutes left. A great time to get a goal.
Well, it wouldn't be coming from too much, it's fair to say. Lloyd does well to try and shake off his man, and Demetriou wins the corner. So a chance for St Mirren to maybe create an opportunity here.
Yep, they really need to try and make this count. Just see, you've got to put the keeper under pressure and try and test him in some way at least.
5 St Mirren players inside the 6-yard area here. Flew over Harry Davis's head, and it comes out to McGinn. Wants to get the ball in, looking for Rory Loy that time, and it's away as far as Demetriou. Eckersley does well there to find Harry. It's McGinn. Eckersley short. Oh, and it comes off John Sutton into the hands of Paul Harrison.
Yeah, I think that was a case of Eckersley's shot was going wide and Sutton was just in the right place to stick the boot out, but didn't really get any kind of strength on it.
TNS straight away though, back into the attack. Here's Saunders. Spender. Haywards lays it off to Saunders. And now Rawlinson trying to get forward. Evades Fletcher. Mullen putting Davis under some pressure there, but Davis was alert to clear.
I wasn't sure if he was aware of the man coming up behind him there, but it was a good clearance by Davis.
The referee has given a free kick to St Mirren here. And Ryan Brobble has been a decent threat so far for TNS, but yet to produce a goal. Eckersley plays it up the line for Mallon. Back to Eckersley. One of many names to have played for both Hearts and Hibs. Davis sends it forward looking for Sutton. Rawlinson had done well to read it initially. McGuinness out wide, and McGuinness again. Demetriou. Well, I think he was looking for Eckersley there. Mallon did well to make the challenge, and this time it's a free kick against John Sutton.
Yeah, just once again, kind of link up plays pretty poor, isn't it? At times, just balls going astray, not reaching the intended man, and we've given the ball back to TNS, and they can build from the back again with their keeper.
So Paul Harrison takes the free kick. McGinn's pass doesn't find a St Mirren player. McGuinness just tried to hold on to the ball, but he has given it away. It's Brobble. Oh, what a goal! Ryan Brobble gives TNS a shock lead here at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. You really can't argue with the strike, but St Mirren so many times this season caught in possession in dangerous areas and losing goals from it. Yeah,
I mean, that was a great run from there, wasn't it? Just unleashed the right foot and it hits the top right hand corner of the net. No chance for Billy O'Brien, the goalie. But as you say, once again, and how many times have we said it, Daniel, we gave away possession in a bad area and just put ourselves under pressure, and it's a bit of an uphill struggle for us now, to be honest, because we just haven't shown anything of the fight and the composure and the kind of skill that we know, one, that we would want, and two, we know we have. Good thing is, at least we've still got another half to try and rectify it, but if they needed a wake-up St Mirren, that was definitely it. We get the chance to break here. Back is Jack Baird, putting it back to Davis.
So St Mirren once again have work to do. A goal down to the Welsh champions in this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final, and a TNS travelling support delighted with that goal. Demetriou plays the ball in, looking for Sutton. And again, it's cleared away. And Jack Ross will certainly have some work to do at half time if things stay as they are here.
Well, a couple of those TNS fans are so happy they've got their tops off. Obviously the weather doesn't bother them much, but
what are they thinking? Here's Jack Baird, and now Stephen McGinn. Well, much has been asked of Stephen McGinn since returning to the club last month. Yeah. Another uphill battle here.
You can't ask one man to carry the team, you know, and that is, it kind of feels like that's what's happening just now.
So just under a couple of minutes to go here of the first half. St Mirren 0, the New Saints 1. Ryan Brobble opening the score.
Yeah, and I mean it was a really well taken goal. You'd be delighted to see one of our players put a ball away like that. But you know, there was no need for them to get that possession there, being able to run out the goal like that.
Craig Harrison will certainly be delighted. It would be a huge result for the New Saints if they could go on to win this one. Here's McGinn. Lloyd trying to progress forward here. It will be a throw-in for the home side.
Yeah, undoubtedly they will see this as a major scalp to take if they can beat St Mirren here today.
So St Mirren just trying to progress further forward here. Sutton the target here, but it just goes over his head. Malum will try and keep this in. And we get another throw in just in front of the travelling support here to our left. Story tries to flick it through for Malin, but it's never going to find him. Demetriou takes it down and now finds McGuinness. It's a good turn by McGinn. Story. Kyle McGuinness. That's a great block.
Yep.
In the end there from Chris Marriott.
And they're just hustling the St Mirren players every time they get the ball, and not give them time to think.
St Mirren maybe just not applying the same pressure when TNS are on the ball themselves. Big Kennedy sees an infringement just on the touchline there as we edge towards half time here at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. And
I just wonder, what does Jack Ross say to him when they're going at half time? You know, it's looking at his face in the monitor, he does not look happy, and understandably so.
Well, TNS 4 for 3-1, and then Livingston 3-0 in the last round to get here. You know what they have to do to get through against teams. So Kevin Clancy, the fourth official, indicating there will be just a 1 minute added on time. Not any real surprise there. Again, the referee awarding a free kick to the New Saints, this time against Harry Davis.
You know, is it a case of, I'm looking at the players, and okay, we kind of know what we've seen this season from the players that have been here all season. The lone players, none of them really making a great impact either just now.
Free kick goes in, but it is cleared. Once again, TNS, who probably have just shaved the possession stats in this first half. It's almost difficult to argue against them being in the lead, but there's been no dominant side, has there?
No, they haven't, but you know, maybe the difference is they got that one chance and took it. You know, they just ran right out of defence and, you know, buried the ball.
So the half-time whistle goes here at the Paisley 2021 Stadium. It is St Mirren 0, the New Saints 1 in this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final, and we'll just take a look at the goal there again, scored by Ryan Brobble, and in the end it's a very good strike that Billy O'Brien doesn't really have any chance of saving, and it means that St Mirren trail by a goal to nil at half-time. The applause you're hearing is the St Mirren players returning to the pitch, I'm sure, with the hairdryer treatment maybe still lingering in the minds.
I think I see Lewis Morgan stripped just at the front of the tunnel there.
No, there is certainly someone standing just at the edge of the tunnel there waiting to come on, and it would be no surprise, I think, if Lewis Morgan were to come on.
Yeah, I'm just wondering who he might have taken off. I don't see Story. I think they may have taken Story off and brought on Lewis Morgan. Yeah, I think that's the change for St Mirren there.
So Lewis Morgan, fresh off that brace last week.
That is Story that's gone off. Yeah, and Story didn't, he tried but didn't have the grace the first half. But that's certainly injected a wee bit of life into the fans here that Lewis Morgan's come on.
I think Stevie Mallon was sort of shifted out wide a little bit in the first half, so that would maybe give the opportunity for Mallon to head back into the centre and allow Morgan to
operate down the wing. And it's a more natural position you feel for Mallon down that kind of central midfield, doesn't it?
And the thing that maybe some fans were saying earlier on the season about Stevie Mallon, there was a huge amount of reliance on him in the centre. He's not got that. He's got Stephen McGinn there to do a lot of the hard work that maybe Mallon wasn't too familiar with and maybe wasn't so comfortable with. So hopefully Mallon can operate more naturally in the second half and try and get St Mirren back into this game. So that change confirmed. Craig Story off and Lewis Morgan on. A false start there. Luckily nobody gets disqualified for it in football. We are underway. Rory Loy getting his kicked off again, and much work for Jack Ross's side to do in the second half here, but thank you for rejoining us here in St Mirren TV and radio, brought to you by the University of the West of Scotland for this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final.
Oh, I wondered if the ref might let that run there for an advantage.
Well, not only has he not let it run, but it is Jamie Mullen, the TNS number 14, who will go into the book there for just catching Stevie Mallon rather late there.
Yep, it was a late tackle. It definitely was a card, but I do think they could have let Morgan just run with that and played the advantage, and then you would have called it back if it hadn't gone our way.
And there is Stevie Mallon who will take the free kick. And Ryan Brobb will go, giving TNS a lead just before half time. The ball goes into the box, headed away initially. Mallon plays it back in, and then it comes last off of Phil Baker.
Well, that was a slack one by Baker there, wasn't it? Gets St Mirren through just at the corner flag.
So it's a Mirren throw in here just around 10 or 11 yards from the touchline. It's Mallon just lost out there to Edwards, who can clear, looking for Wes Fletcher.
He just seemed to back out of that bit as well, Mallon. You had the fans kind of voicing their disapproval. You should expect him to kind of stick the foot in there.
Nice pass with the outside of Mallon's foot to Morgan. The cross initially cleared away, but it is Mallon once again who wins it back. Late challenge that time from Adrian Chislevich, and St Mirren take the free kick that they get very quickly. Here's Demetriou. Decent ball into the box. Just evaded Sutton initially, but it might come back here for John Sutton. An important intervention there by Simon Spender, and Adam Eckersley goes over for the throw in here, and a much more lively start for St Mirren in the second half.
Which is a bit more like it, isn't it? They're putting them under immediate pressure. Here's energising the fans as well.
Eckersley and McGinn out to Mallon. Davis makes the run forward, and he finds Stelios Demetriou on the right hand side. McGuinness looks to turn away. Demetriou again. Mallon had made the run. Demetriou's cross, challenging Harrison here, punches out but only as far as McGinn. McGinn into the box. His shot is blocked by Simon Spender.
Yeah, they just closed St Mirren down so quickly, don't they? I mean, McGinn's shot there, he barely got it off, and the man was right on top of him.
Well, they throw themselves into every challenge, the TNS players, and that comes with the confidence that they have at the moment. Mallon, once again the target is Lewis Morgan. Spender is equal to it again. Stephen McGinn. Eckersley has to turn back. Jack Baird into Mallon, who lays it off again for Baird. And now Harry Davis wants to take it forward here. Demetriou hogging the touchline. McGuinness inside to Loy. His pass is deflected. Well, at least I thought it was, but it will be a TNS throw. But Stelios Demetriou, they're just trying to G up his teammates.
Yeah, maybe that's something we just didn't see in the first half, you know, players trying to G each other up. And
TNS getting forward really for the first time in this second half here. I think Craig Carrison will be happy just to allow his side to sit back a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, they soaked up all the pressure that was put on them in the first half. They say they break well, they close and run down really quickly.
Ball there, just coming off the TNS man last, and now here is Mallon. Eckersley quickly under pressure from Jamie Mullen, who was booked in the first half for a late challenge on Stevie Mallon. Terrible clearance from O'Brien.
Wasn't it?
And Brobel was offside, so he couldn't have latched onto that pass there. Again now, Mallon again continued his run, but he was surrounded by two green shirts. Again, it's just trying to loop it over towards Demetriou. Demetriou quickly takes the throw in. Again, he shifts it out to his right, and now into Mallon. Mallon will try and play the ball in, just drives it in towards Rory Loy. It might come out towards Eckersley. Again, turns, gets it onto his left foot, and now Morgan gets it in and will get the corner kick here. Better play again from St Mirren.
Yeah, they're certainly playing with a lot more urgency. They're certainly putting a lot more pressure on the new things here.
Well, the addition of Morgan here certainly has just added that urgency, hasn't it?
Definitely. He's making those breaks. I would say just the other players just seem a wee bit more energised by it as well.
Stevie Mallon goes over to take the corner. 5 minutes into the second half. TNS deal with it initially. St Mirren will be able to try and push forward again with Eckersley being urged to move quicker. Sutton made an inviting run just in behind the defence there, and then Steve Saunders is able just to nod that towards Harrison, and TNS escape the early second half pressure without conceding. It's a good run here by Jamie Mullen for TNS, and Adam Eckersley has to make the challenge there and concede the throw in.
I mean, St Mirren are looking just not to lose this kind of sense of momentum they've got just now.
So Dundee United will be the opponents for the winners here in the final on the 25th or 26th of March. So far it's that man there, Craig Harrison, his side, that will be playing in that final. Wes Fletcher is in the centre for TNS, and the initial shot blocked there. Marriott tries to nod it on. Again, it's now to McGinn, and Mallon has some space to run into here. Sutton, well, his back was turned there to go, so he didn't know where that pass was going.
I mean, that was such a great break there, and just what a wasted opportunity at the end.
Chislovich trying to get the ball down. Brobel, not sure what he was trying to do there. And that goes straight out to Billy O'Brien. And now it's Baird. And Mallon again. McGinn did have Demetriou out to his right. Just pokes it into Loy, and here is Demetriou now. Loy made the run there, but Demetriou, not enough power in it to find him. Demetriou working hard to try and win the ball back. The referee wasn't happy with his challenge
I don't think there was too much in that, but at least in Metro he gave that ball away, but he harried and tried to get it back, and that's something that was maybe lacking in the first half from St Mirren.
Here's Wes Fletcher for TNS. Not got much space to run into. Demetriou again conceding the throw in. Chislovic going over to take it. Haven't seen too much of his threat going down the left hand side really in the first half, but he certainly can pose problems. Loy into McGuinness. McGuinness under pressure very quickly, tries to find Sutton, and now it comes to Loy, who's got options here. One of them is Mallon. This is Mallon now. Morgan is out on the left. He's very quickly often the target for Mallon. It's good skill from Morgan. Still going here, Lewis Morgan. It's a great run. Brought down late there, and it will be a free kick.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Morgan can really exploit his pace there. Hopefully he gets the breakthrough and gets the ball in, but worst comes to the worst like that. TNS are kind of forced into taking him out, which gives us a foul in a reasonable position.
So another set piece opportunity here for St Mirren. It's quickly taken to Stephen McGinn. Mallon has it again. Well, that was a waste there. Initially decent ball in towards Davis.
Right, so Davis was climbing on the back of the TNS defender there. Yeah, definitely more positive from St Mirren this half. A bit more pressure, a bit more pace. Players fighting for the ball a bit more and kind of looking like they're into it this half.
So 10 minutes gone here of the second half. Certainly some more fight from St Mirren, but no equaliser just yet. But Morgan has certainly been a big influence since coming on. Here's Kyle McGuinness. Mallon, referee has played advantage here. St Mirren will look to try and use it. McGuinness. Mallon again. McGuinness now able to run inside. Still going. Loy. Just ran away from him, but he holds on to it. And then the pass evades Demetriou, and it could be a chance here for Brobble to get forward. Fletcher making a run, a decoy just to take Baird away from the space. Eckersley does well, and now McGinn. Again, just wanting to find Morgan, and he does now. Morgan looks for the cross. It was along the ground, it wasn't that dangerous, and Brobble again may be able to get away here. The pressure from Morgan, but he gets away from the St Mirren winger. Brobble looking for some options here. He's still going, and he's found Mullen. Mullen turns away from his man. Might be a chance here for Fletcher, and Harry Davis gets the ball away for now. And now St Mirren have the goal kick, but Ryan Brobble was allowed to run quite a distance there.
Yep, once again it's that kind of slackness at times that really puts them under pressure when they've really had the best of this half so far. It's amazing you see bringing Morgan on, and of course fans were thinking, how could it have been if maybe he'd been on from the start of the game? But one thing with TNS, they're not scared to put the tackles in. They're really they're happy to get in there and take players out if they need to.
Sutton takes it down for McGuinness. That's another late challenge, this time from Steve Saunders. Well, there's the evidence for what you just said, Chris.
Yeah, they're not scared to mix it up. I thought that might even been a booking, that one.
It wasn't a great challenge at all. Not really coming in from the back, but Dave Kennedy keeping his cards in his pocket at the moment. So once again, Stevie Mallon stands over it. Don't think he's going to...
Too far out for these specials, isn't it?
Sends it in towards Baird. Almost fell for McGinn. Mallon's header. Eckersley just had to intercept that. It's Mallon again from the poor clearance from Brobble. Mallon's not a great pass, looking for Harry Davis. And that time it Evades Davis again. Eckersley. And Morgan. TNS sliding into those challenges and every opportunity. Stephen McGinn. Eckersley, no real space here for St Mirren, but Harry Davis now has some. Davis continues, looks for the cross. It's dealt with, and now Brobble again can come away with it, but he's not looking for a pass. TNS already starting to sit back in their shape here.
Yeah, you can see that just again, and it's a dangerous thing to do, isn't it? Because I say we've got the players who St Mirren capable of breaking that down and getting behind the defence.
Mallon turns away from Wes Fletcher. Demetriou, McGuinness. Demetriou looks at the flick on and he gets it. It's a good pass out to McGinn. Still going, Stephen McGinn takes it into space. Oh! Brilliant strike by Stephen McGinn! It's his first goal for St Mirren since returning. Ryan Brobble, hit your heart out. What a goal! St Mirren won, TNS won.
Incredible! What a run from McGinn there, and he just buried that. That is what we need. You know, and we said about how McGinn had kind of been doing that earlier, but he really took it on there. You can see what it means to him as well. You can hear what it means to the fans. Here we go, there's the layoff.
I told you they didn't call him top bin for nothing. What a goal!
On onto his right foot and just buries it in the top corner. And you can almost see the minute he got that, he made that wee jump there, you can see what was on his mind. Fantastic. This is what we need. We need more of this. We've got the upper hand now. We've got the pressure. We've got the skills. We've got the play with the skills. We just need to finish it off.
Right on the hour as well from Stephen McGinn. What a moment for him. His 9th goal for St Mirren on his 90th appearance as the offside flag goes up there against Rory Loy. And
well, that was a nice little round of applause for the fans that made the trip up for Wales today.
So 2034 inside the Paisley 2021 stadium this evening, and rightly so, a fantastic reception for the visiting support, and they may have something to shout about in a moment here, the visitors. It's Chislovich still going here.
This is for St Mirren to keep it tight. Don't do anything silly just now and give away a cheap goal, which is a flaw we've had this season.
Brobble looking to score another cracker. Sutton's a target. Almost ran through for Loy there as the rain starts to throttle down onto the park here.
I think Loy maybe just checked his run a wee bit there. Could have maybe made a bit more of that, but you know, TNS just looking a wee bit rattled just now, understandably, because they have been under the cosh this half so far. And you know, from here you would say, you know, St Mirren can easily go on and take this game.
Well, lots of time to do that, half an hour still to go here. Again is skipping away from Marriott, and it's a great challenge from McGuinness to win the ball back, and here he is again. He's got Demetriou out wide. Here's Sutton.
So this is more like
again. Looking for Demetriou. He's able to hold on to it here. Still Stelios Demetriou trying to just flick it through into the path of McGuinness, and the win has been given to TNS.
Yeah, I thought that was our throw there. I thought it came off the TNS player. But yeah, there's just, you know, we're just playing the ball a bit more to fate. There's good link up, there's give and go, all those things we're looking for in a team.
Loy. Oh, it might come back through here for McGinn again. Oh, that was a very late challenge there from Stephen Saunders. The referee's going to his back pocket. Red card for the former Motherwell and Ross County man. The New Saints are down to 10 men just after the hour mark here. Keith Kennedy calling for the physio here.
Yeah, that was quite a vicious one, wasn't it? I'm not surprised at the red card there. They just took McGinn out. You know, and once again I think it just shows how rattled the New Saints are here, because that was a foolish one to give away in that position. It's cost them a free kick in a dangerous area. It's cost them a man. Although, as we know, sometimes you were playing against 10 men becomes difficult for a team. But Saunders taking the slow trudge off there. Just looking at the replay here.
Well, the studs were showing it was a high challenge, and
yeah, you know, I mean, if you're going like that, you're going to get a red card nowadays.
So 25 minutes to go. Saunders contesting the red card. Almost the entire TNS outfield surrounded Keith Kennedy, but he was certain of his decision. He went straight to his back pocket. Didn't think about even showing him a yellow card.
And this is the position of St Mirren. You want to turn the screw now. You really want to turn the screw now and just put them under pressure, because I think, you know, if we get another goal now, I can see TNS collapsing.
So the New Saints down to 10 men, and Stevie Mallon from about 21-22 yards out has a chance to put St Mirren ahead. Oh, he does! His fifth goal of the season. St Mirren have turned it around in the IRN-BRU Cup again. St Mirren 2, TNS 1.
What did I say? Put them under the cosh just now. Turn that screw and get the goal. Listen to the fans singing the name of Stevie Mallon. That's what he was doing consistently last year. I just noticed the TNS goalkeeper kicking his goalpost in disgust there. Not much he could have done about that. Just creeping under him at the left hand post. You know, TNS now, they really have an uphill battle. They're a man down. They've just lost 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes.
Stevie Mallon loves this competition. It's his 3rd goal in the IRN-BRU Cup this season. Well, it was around 2 minutes for a turnaround against Ayr United here back in November. It's only taken about another 2 minutes tonight to go from 1-0 down.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's, you know, that's the kind of the real kind of galling thing about the season. We know we have that ability. We know we have those skills, and we just haven't shown them often enough. This is this case again of just, but stay strong, you know. Okay, it's a 2-1 lead, but, you know, TNS now in the corner. We just need to kind of stay strong, be resolute in defence, and not do anything silly just now.
TNS preparing to bring 2 players on as this corner goes in. Billy O'Brien has lost it, but it's hooked away by someone in that melee there of players. Brobble spreading the play.
McGinnis cleared that there, yeah. Billy O'Brien came, just kind of, don't know if he actually got hold of the ball, but he certainly dropped it.
Oh, it's another late challenge, this time from Wes Fletcher and TNS. Well, we're talking to that they're happy to go in for the challenge, but just sometimes you feel they're leaving the boot in a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost like they're just trying to make it a bit more physical than it would be. For them, of course, they run the risk of getting another red card if they keep playing like that. But you're right, TNS are looking to bring in a double substitution just now. Not quite the last throw of the dice for them, but, you know, not far off it.
Well, one of those players is Chris Sargent, and the other is Scott Quigley.
It's amazing just how quickly a game can turn, doesn't it? You know, and we said from half time, you know, bringing on Lewis Morgan, it's just made a big change.
Seems to be an issue with, well, at least I thought there was an issue with one of the changes. I think the 4th officials got the numbers wrong. It is Chris Sargent and Scott Quigley coming on. Adrian Chislovich is one of the players going off for TNS. And Ryan Brobble, the TNS goal scorer, is going off as well.
I'm kind of surprised at that, because he still looked a bit of a threat for them. but obviously the TNS manager has just thought this is the way to go for them. You know, for St Mirren, we're in control of the game. We just want to keep building what we've got, you know, keep going for more goals, keep pressing them, playing the ball to feet.
And Scott Quigley is a striker. He's played his whole career at TNS. Here's Stephen McGinn again, looking for the goal. Scott Quigley prevented there from progressing any further. McGinn is still going. Mallon, that's another terrible challenge.
That was like a studs up one again, didn't it?
Aaron Edwards, and Keith Kennedy has sent a player off, but I feel he's got to do something about this.
Yeah, you know, no ref wants to send off more than one player, but you know, if they keep going with the studs up, someone's going to get injured.
Sutton to McGinn, who just has to be careful here.
No, St Mirren just keep possession just now, keep possession. Hopefully you'll draw TNS out, we'll do something daft, we can take them in the break again, because we're in control just now. There's no need to kind of make rash runs upfield with no chance of getting a goal from it.
Chris Sargent, the other player that came on for TNS, started his career in the Everton Academy, a deep-lying playmaker, so certainly can be a threat for the visitors here. Just going to look at this challenge that comes in on Stevie Mallon from Aaron Edwards. It appears to be 2 feet in the challenge, but the referee didn't see anything too wrong with it. Demetriou's cross. We're going to fall for Mallon. Takes it first time. Straight down the throat of Paul Harrison, but
good to see him at least try it. You know, there's no harm with that. But, you know, I'm just wondering, the tackles, do we see them slightly through a biased eye, you know, from a St Mirren perspective? I don't know, but they do look just a bit kind of, shall we say, tasty, is a term we could use for them.
It's a pretty good way of describing it.
It just kind of remind me of Jim Gooden in some ways, so just in there, no messing.
11 Jim Goodwins in the park. It's not the... I've had worse ideas.
Well, maybe if you want to keep 11 players in the park, it is not. It's a bad idea.
20 minutes to go here on St Mirren TV and radio. It's St Mirren 2. The New Saints won in this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final. 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes. First from Stephen McGinn and then Stevie Mallon from the free kick after Stephen Saunders had been sent off. Sutton just couldn't hold on to the ball there under the challenge of Baker. The New Saints have barely been in the game in the last 10 minutes or so, but they still pose a threat. We saw that in the first half.
Yeah, you know, or like the first half, just takes one slip of concentration.
Morgan is going to get onto this and first time for Sutton, brought down by Phil Baker. Well, Phil Baker must have taken the ball there, because Keith Kennedy didn't even think about giving a penalty kick there. And now Wes Fletcher may be away. He's into the box. He goes down.
Tripped over his own.
And it's a goal kick.
Yeah, that must be a really good tackle, because from here it looked like Sutton being taken out from the back.
John Sutton had to go at his mercy here. And let's have a look. Morgan does really well to get the ball in first time. Now he does take the ball, but it's inadvertent, I thought.
Yeah, that was a real kind of 50-50 one, that wasn't it? Like, we've seen plenty of penalties given for a tackle like that. But once again, just good pressure from St Mirren.
Mallon, may just put Davis under quite an amount of pressure there, and Fletcher though was too heavy in the challenge and gives away the free kick.
Well, I think, you know, we know how players can be at time, they can be smart, and if you're up against Fletcher, you're thinking he's ready, you know, just for another card quite easily.
Well, Keith Kennedy had only shown 1 yellow card before that straight red for Steve Saunders. Boy nods it down, looking for Sutton, who maybe was just a bit slow to it. Oh, Sutton could have been in there putting the pressure on Marriott, but a bounce straight into Paul Harrison's hands.
Yeah, Harrison can be just well positioned for that break of the ball there.
Quigley looks for Fletcher and finds him. Fletcher immediately under pressure from Davis, and Demetrio there reading the pass well there, putting Eckersley under pressure, unneeded pressure, and Mullen gives the ball away to Eckersley, and St Mirren can just clear the lines here. Rory Loy, I think, would have been offside.
Yeah, just a wee bit of slackness here from Demetrio.
Marriott first time looking for Quigley. Quigley trying to skip away from Demetrio. Still going is Quigley, and he wins the free kick there.
I thought Quigley made a bit of most of that way, kind of jumped up and spun in the air. Dangerous position this.
10s from the judges there for Scott Quigley.
Yeah, I thought that as well, wasn't it? He was jumping before the tackle even came in. But you know, Bill O'Brien just has to make sure he's got everything covered. He was on a two-man wall.
Well, excuse me, dropped a corner just after the second goal. Chris Sargent, one of the TNS substitutes, will send this in. TNS looking to get back into the game. And then Rory Loy goes down and gets the free kick.
Yeah, at the end there was nothing really to that, was it? It was pretty tame, easily taken care of.
So Craig Harrison side to have 15 minutes to take this to at least extra time here, which we can have if there is a draw after 90 minutes. 15 to go of that 90. 2-1 to St Mirren here. St Mirren at the moment securing their place in the IRN-BRU Cup Final.
Pace has just gone out in the last 5 minutes or so, hasn't it? Nothing wrong with that though. I say as long as we kind of keep control of the ball, keep the majority of the possession, and don't do anything foolish in defence.
Here's Stevie Mallon, whose goal has put St Mirren in the lead here. Eckersley's continued his run down the left hand side, but he just won't be able to latch on to the pass.
No, it was just a bit too heavy, wasn't it? St Mirren, they just look a bit more composed this half, and say they look a bit more up for the fight, a lot more up for the fight.
Steve Saunders just watching on there from the tunnel after being shown a straight red card for his tackle on Stephen McGinn. Stephen McGinn appearing to come away completely unscathed from the challenge. He looked to be in a lot of discomfort after it. Morgan's going to get onto this here, but he can't get away from Spender.
I thought once again that came off Spender and went out for St Mirren throw, but the ref saw it differently.
Jack Ross and James Fowler very unhappy about the linesman's decision there.
Yep, chatting with the fourth official about that.
Demetrio pulled, and St Mirren, like Demetrio, wanted to restart quickly.
This is where the ref called that back. Nobody else is ready for that quick restart.
So there you see it, St Mirren with 5 shots on target to TNS's 3, and ultimately that's that. 2 of those for St Mirren being the goals that have them in the lead here with just over 12 minutes left to play of normal time here. Billy O'Brien just able to take his time a little bit there as well and send the free kick forward.
Yeah, your heads have become too early to start kind of trying to take time off the clock, but I think fair enough. We've seen it done against us often enough this season.
Morgan's header finds McGinn, and Morgan is continued at the left hand side is the obvious option. Here he is again. Morgan,
a handball.
Yeah, there is. It's a penalty now. to St Mirren. The handball from Aaron Edwards. The referee judging that he had his hand in an unnatural position.
Well, I just thought that's it. He threw his hands up, you know, and here we come, here we go. Oh yeah, yep, there was no
doesn't
need
need
for
to
that.
have his hands there, does he?
No need for that, no. So really, a chance for us to put it to bed, you would think, isn't there?
Well, the last time we had a penalty here was against Ayr United in the 1-1 draw in December, which Lauren Shankland missed completely. And it's going to be John Sutton who's going to step up to take this here. Stevie Mallon usually was the penalty taker, but it's Sutton looking for his 11th goal of the season, looking for St Mirren's third. Saved by Paul Harrison, and it remains 2-1. It wasn't the best of penalties at all from John Sutton.
It was straight down the middle, wasn't it? But I know there's that, you know, they say if you put it down straight down the middle, more often than not you'll score because the keeper tends to dive one way or another. But that was just, I wonder if, you know, Stevie Mallon's thinking that should have been me. I think it was actually not a bad save. Well, keeper gave it the right way, didn't he?
So St Mirren haven't quite put this game to bed yet.
That was me tempting fate there. That was really just tempting fate.
Mallon looking for McGuinness, but he gave the ball away. Demetriou can intercept this, and he does. Demetriou and McGuinness, still going McGuinness, he's done really well. And there's the third! This time from John Sutton. St Mirren 3, TNS 1. And that looks to be the goal that will send St Mirren into the IRN-BRU Cup Final.
Yeah, I mean, Sutton also making amends for his penalty miss there. But that was just your Demetriou came in, ran at the ball, got it into McGuinness, who kept running with it, got it across the face of the goal, and Sutton was there to put it as away, as you'd expect for a player of his calibre. TNS final throw of dice for them, they're throwing the last sub on. It's Fletcher going off. I wish we mixed up with the numbers here because said number 4 was coming on, but that's still Baker.
Greg Draper, their top scorer this season, comes on. It may well be too late, but
well, that seems kind of strange in that. If he's your top scorer, you're bringing him on with 9 minutes to go and you're 2 goals down.
So it is Wes Fletcher who has gone off.
But what a change in the second half for St Mirren though. Just, you know, they're playing with a bit of belief, more than a bit of belief, a lot of belief.
TNS pushing forward, trying to give themselves a lifeline. It's Chris Sargent who wins the corner kick here.
Once again, just stay strong in defence. You'll make sure you clear the ball.
So just less than 10 minutes remaining here. St Mirren 3-1 now up. And Chris Marriott goes over to take the corner for TNS. John Sutton's initial clearance. Marriott gets another chance to send it in. Still to happen here. Oh, Guinness has been penalised here. Maybe for a high boot there on Scott Quigley.
Yeah, possibly, wasn't it? Maybe just to lift the boot a bit high. Yeah, if you're TNS, you've got to say to yourself, we have to score here. If we score here, we've got 8 minutes. They're under a bit more pressure. You know, for St Mirren, it's just, you know, being rock steady in defence. You know, Billy O'Brien just lining his wall up there. And
so
also for St Mirren, you know, maybe be prepared for the break.
It would certainly make things interesting if TNS were to score.
I could do without interesting just now, to be quite honest.
Had enough of that this season, I think. So Chris Sargent is there. Looks like Amy will step up to take it. Straight off the wall from Sargent. And then Simon Spender was all over the man there, and the pressure here from John Sutton. Paul Harrison has to do something about this, and quickly. And he does.
Well, the World did its job there. It was really good, solid, strong, came straight off and St Mirren get possession back.
We'll look at the free kick here. Sargent just not getting the height he wanted on it in the end. Well, we were talking about the change that Jack Ross had to make at half time. You were talking about Lewis Morgan. It seemed obvious, and you got to say it's worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, I have those powers of premonition. I could see that coming. If they got Morgan on, it would change the game.
And again, Mallon and Sutton, the goal scorers, to give St Mirren a comfortable 2-goal cushion. They come through here for Greg Draper and Quigley, and it's Harry Davis who can clear. TNS though throwing everything at trying to get back into this cup tie. Goes at the belly, ball forward from Sargent, and it goes out for a throw in just inside the St Mirren half here with over 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, also you think TNS are going to start getting a bit desperate now and taking some risks, maybe just leaving opportunities at the back that we can exploit if we get the break.
St Mirren lining up another substitution here, and it's going to be Paul Fielder who's going to come on, just shoring things up at the back.
TNS just also trying to make the breakdown here. Marriott getting the ball.
This is Quigley, just spins away from Stelios, and then the cross from Rawlinson straight through to Billy O'Brien.
Yeah, that was a kind of dangerous one. O'Brien had to come in and just take the ball cleanly on the ground. This one who St Mirren might take off. Do you sacrifice somebody up front just to try and show things up at the back?
Wasn't the best of tackles from Harry Davis, but
no, I thought he might have been kind of given a warning about that one.
It's okay in the end. Field still waiting to come on here for the Saints, who look good for a place in the Challenge Cup final. This is Jamie Mullen. Harry Davis with the headed clearance that time. Here's Sargent. Sargent into the centre with Draper. He's allowed to get the first touch on, but couldn't find a second. And away it goes for a throw in, and here now the chance for Paul Fielder to come on.
And that's Stephen McGinn coming off. And he's acknowledging the fans here, getting a loud close applause from them.
A well-deserved ovation for the St Mirren captain.
He scores great goal. He's taking a bit of physical abuse this half as well.
Well, it was a challenge on him that resulted in Steve Saunders going off and led to Mallon giving St Mirren the lead, but what a goal it was from Stephen McGinn that equalised for St Mirren.
I just didn't quite see who took the captain's armband there for St Mirren. I'd have thought maybe Sutton might have, given his experience.
Well, Sutton got his goal in the end after missing the penalty. Ball's given away here to Kyle McGuinness.
Oh, lovely.
And here's Rory Loy now. The break may be on. Morgan's at the back post.
Too much.
It was just too much for Morgan, but he still has the ball here. Morgan. Loy is still there, and so is Mallon. Way under it, and over it goes.
Yeah, that would have been a spectacular goal if it had gone in.
Shouldn't hopefully matter too much now.
I can understand him taking the shot, but I'm thinking just keep the ball, keep the ball and keep control of it.
Cam McGuinness caught offside there. Focus there on Stevie Mallon, who's played much better today than he has on a number of occasions
just
this season.
Minutes to go, just wonder how much extra time will be put on. A minute or so maybe.
Maybe a couple of minutes certainly. Quigley trying to break through, but just hasn't quite happened for Scott Quigley since he came on, and some lovely skill there from Stelios Demetriou, who has certainly worked hard this afternoon. Sargent for TNS, just getting away from Mallon.
Demetriou, like most of the places, a much better second half, hasn't he? Much better.
May still be another goal in the offing here for the New Saints. Sutton takes it down. Mallon with a simple clearance to get the ball away from the danger area. Rawlinson, Marriott, Quigley for TNS. His cross is blocked by Demetriou again. Loy, Sutton continues here, and now it's Mallon. TNS don't have too many players back. Mallon looks to find Morgan, and he might just have done it here. What a pass!
Yeah, great speed.
And Keith Kennedy has given the free kick, and just at this juncture, Chris, who do you feel is your man of the match this afternoon?
Oh, that's a tough, can a man be man of the match coming on at half time, but for me it was Stephen McGinn, just because of the fight he showed in the first half and the leadership he really kind of imposed in the game in the second half.
So Gary Irvin, the last Mirren substitution, as Stelios Demetriou goes off. So there you are, and Chris Gallen, your Mirren TV man of the match. Top bin McGinn.
Well, just about 90 minutes here, as you say, Daniel, maybe 2 minutes of extra time to go on. Fourth official's just standing with the board, he hasn't raised it yet.
Once again, Stevie Mallon
3 minutes.
Stands over it. 3 minutes. Rather more than I think we expected.
Yep. Really, you think, can a team collapse in 3 minutes?
Oh, there's the fourth. A well-worked free kick that really puts the game to bed. And it's rewards for a fine second half performance from St Mirren. Right at the start of stoppage time, St Mirren 4, the New Saints 1.
Yeah, that was just once again so well taken. And I think it's probably given Dundee United's manager just something to go back and think about, when he sees a second half revival here.
Rory Loy nets his second goal for St Mirren. 2-2 here at the pace of 2021 stadium for Rory Loy, and for Craig Hannison it just hasn't happened for the New Saints today.
He just looks sick, doesn't he? But all credit to the New Saints who came up. They gave a good fight in the first half. Just the second half, maybe St Mirren's quality just started to show a bit. And also having the man sent off didn't help them. Ray McKinnon, the Dundee United manager, is just coming up to talk to BBC Alpha here by the looks of it, and the St Mirren fans are just giving some friendly banter as he wanders up the steps.
Just as you see there on your screen, Chris Sargent of TNS was shown a yellow card for the challenge that led to the free kick. So TNS second man to go into the book, but ultimately Stephen Saunders did go for his challenge on Stephen McGinn on around 65 minutes. Do you think the red card was a game changer, or was it already going in St Mirren's favour before then?
I thought it was starting to go in St Mirren's favour, but I think that just kind of tipped it over the edge.
TNS, is fair to say, have struggled since that point.
Yep, they haven't been doing the kind of the pressing of St Mirren players that had been doing earlier on, and obviously they gave us more space to play, and that's what we like.
Come out here to Marriott, sends his ball in, and St Mirren should be able to deal with that. And Jack Baird here, who it's himself that's got the captain's armband on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I went to my first ever final as a St Mirren fan. It was 30 years ago against Dundee United at Hampden when we beat them in the Scottish Cup Final. So hopefully some sort of good omen there for us.
Well, of course it is the 30th anniversary this year of that fantastic day at Hampden. So how fitting it is that Dundee United and St Mirren shall face each other in a cup final.
And I think if you told either of the supporters then that we would be facing off in another cup final, but at a lower level 30 years of the final half of the day, there we go.
So there it is, the full-time whistle from referee Keith Kennedy brings this IRN-BRU Cup semi-final to the end. St Mirren will play in the IRN-BRU Cup Final. It's fair to say at half-time it didn't look like it was going to go that way, but it has finished 4-1 here at the pace of 2021 Stadium.
And on the basis of that second half showing, thoroughly deserved. You know, once we started to impose our will in the game, once we were also descending off, did help, but we know that's not always the case. You know, but 4 well-taken goals plus a missed penalty, you know, so there's a lot of scoring for us there. To see TNS players are matching us over, and just appreciate, applaud the fans for making that trip up. But yeah, overall, a really poor first half in St Mirren, but you know, as I did say, you know, bring on Rose Morgan at half time, and it did feel like it changed.
I've been through a lot with this club, means a lot to me, and just can't wait to lift the trophy now. I honestly can't describe the feeling and the reaction of the fans. You know, you just can't describe the moment.
Rangers could be in bother here. It's in! Stephen McGinn with a wonder goal to give St Mirren a sensational lead over Rangers. A tale of the unexpected at Love Street.
It's a good pass out to him again. Still going, Stephen McGinn takes it into space. Oh!